There we are. Plenty to talk about today. Such as, for some reason, Mike the Bear fan wants me to go live in there. There we are. I'm live there. Let's go. I didn't know Bears were into pain that much. They love listening to other teams talk about how successful they are while they're waiting for the offseason, and we're not going to talk about it.
They need to figure out where their second-round pick comes in. That's all they're worried about right now is the draft.
That's right. Good morning, everybody. All right, let's get this thing. Let's get the countdown. I'm ready. Let's do it. Pow. Ready to roll right here. Welcome, everybody. Hello, Henry. Hello, Dwayne. Hello, Fred Peterson, our proud Patreon. Put what team you represent in the comments. What's up, Single Dads Club? Jordan. What's up, Jonathan? What's up, Dwayne and Gene and Ken Fisher and Smoking Jeremy B? What's up, Joseph? Let's go. Oh, yeah, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one, welcome all to Football Talk. It's Football Talk with Russell Wayne. It's Tuesday, PFF Tuesday. We're broadcasting live. Into Mike the Bear fan. They love pain, so we're going to keep bringing the pain to all these Bear fans right there. And, we're talking football today. Welcome, Mike the Bear fan. Welcome, Detroit Lions News Podcast. Welcome, the Detroit Lions Villain Squad. We are approaching 24,000 villains.
We're there.
We're already there.
We're there.
No longer approaching 24,000, actually at 24,000 villains right there. Please hit that follow button. Hit the like button on the video that you're watching right now. But don't hit the like button unless you like football. If you accidentally were trying to find a cooking show and you don't have to hit the like button. But if you like football, you're going to like this show right here. Welcome to the show to my compadre. Main event, Mike. How you doing, man?
Stoked, Russell. Stoked. Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming to town for the Lions. I'm stoked.
Unbelievable, right? You thought there was no way. You thought Matt Patricia were going to come in there and steer the ship right. And I never had a doubt. I was, there was kind of part of me that was hoping that Look at that guy down the bottom, just all smiles. He's just Matt Patricia. You made him your defensive coordinator. Didn't you know? Didn't you see the writing on the wall, Eagle fans? You could have the most talented roster on God's green earth. We had Matt Stafford and the greatest wide receiver of all time, and Matt Patricia ruined it. He took a perfectly good 9-7 team and made him 3-win team. And then you make him your defensive coordinator when you're 10-1. Hold on. Here's the picture. I gotta find this picture that I gotta put up right there. Where'd it go? Right there. There you go. Smudge the cat. Nobody can stop us. Yeah, Matt Patricia. Right. And then there was another one that I liked that I saw up there, right there. There you go. On the path of destruction, destroys the Lions team, destroys the New England Patriots team, and now he destroys the Philadelphia Eagle, who was probably a pretty good team. You know, that was a team that was touted. Oh, they're better than the Lions. Oh, the Lions are pretty good, but they're not going to beat the good teams like the Philadelphia Eagles. They're not going to be able to beat those teams. Yeah. They can't win. I'm gonna put these asterisks on here and look out for the Eagles. Look out for the Eagles. I'm sorry, man. That's really funny to me. You got to eat some crow. I'd also heard too, and you can comment on this too. Is your favorite Welch, John Dorn, in there still? Won't stop saying SOL even after a playoff win. You know this guy?
Playoffs?
You know this Welch, this guy that you know, because he's got a good team on the other side. And you know what? I'm going to be better than you, John Dorn, right here. Kudos to your team, man. Good job.
It's my quarterback.
You got a quarterback. You got a good team. You beat the shit out of Dallas in Dallas, and you earned your divisional chance. Right? You guys are used to it. We got so many division titles. I don't even know what to do with them all. You know what? We appreciate our division title. We appreciate it. We don't take it for granted like Green Bay Packer fan does. You guys are just happy to be. You guys are surprised you're here. Oh, we're here. Well, we accidentally tripped and fell into the divisional round. That's what you did. That's what you did. The Lions are happy to be here. And John Dorn on this show said all the Lions had to do was win the division, and he would never say SOL again. And not only did they win the division, they knocked out their former quarterback in a game that no Green Bay Packer fan thought we were going to win. Y'all knew, y'all said it on the show like, you're cool. Yeah, you guys could win that game. You could fight. In the back of your mind, you thought Matt Stafford was going to take us, and he didn't. And you still are a Welch, John Dorn.
Mm-hmm.
You won't get on the show. You won't get to talk on this show again. You've ruined your right. You'll never get on this show again. Not that it's the greatest show in the world. I'm sorry. Like, whatever. Wait, well, you're not going to get on that show like I want to be on that show. Whatever. I don't care. You'll never be able to be on the Football Talk with Russell Wayne or the NFC North open mic because you're a Welch. Because you're a Welch. You're not a man of your word. And yeah, you can sit on the outside, enjoy all of your Lombardis and your success. Go ahead and count your trophies. But go ahead, Mike. I'm done.
He said he'd never say it again, and not only did he say it again, but he doubled down as a Welch and put it as his background. It says same old Lions in his background now. Yep. So not only are you a Welch, you had a chance to, oh, man, you're right. Sorry, I did say that. I'm a man of my word. No, he doubled down as being a Welch.
Yeah,
I have no respect for that. I'm glad that bum's not going to be on the show anymore.
He will not. But we will make fun of him. You are a permanent character on this show. You will be forever known as the worst Packer fan of all time. And you gotta learn how to talk trash. Can't just come in and say the same old stuff, dude. You got to come up with new material.
We're done with that anyway, right? We've run them off. We've destroyed them all. They don't know how to fight from the bottom. So Now that Jordan Love's panned out to be the real deal, they're back at it again. But I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way, right? You don't get to go and run and hide when your team is 4-7. Okay?
Right.
They were 4-7, Russ, and they ran and hide now, and then they rattle off 5 out of 6 or whatever to make the playoffs, win their first playoff games as a heavy underdog to Dallas. Kudos to them. I'm glad they won that. I hate the Cowboys, and as much as I don't really hate the Niners, I still want the Pack to win that game so the Lions might get a home playoff game for the title game. I'd rather that than travel all the way out to the West Coast against a juggernaut in San Francisco. So go Pack, go this week.
I mean, I'm sure they got excuses of why everything happened. I'm watching all of the Dallas Cowboy fans like go after the Eagle fans now. So the Cowboy fans logged off after their loss, but all of a sudden they logged back in with the quickness as soon as the Eagles lost, so that they could come in there and be like, "Cry, Eagles, cry."
Mike the Bear fan says, "Come on, fellas, this is football talk, not Bash Homer hour. It's Bash the Welch hour, Mike."
Yeah, it's Bash the Welch hour. Yeah, and Bear fans, other than Bear Down Mike, I can say the same thing. They like to make their comments from the side right there with their non-playoff having asses, and that's cool. I'm glad I get to go into the Mike the Bear fans page right here, and I appreciate that. You know, Mike has been pretty consistent. So, and they still do their show every week. So that tells you right there that like the Bear fans are undeniable. Okay. Like I like the Bear fans. They're usually pretty, you know, they're like us, man. Like we're trying to get a winner going. You're trying to rebuild. You've been rebuilding forever. And we just want nice things. And the Packer fans have just been on that tear for so many years. But this is PFF Tuesday, and there's not too many games that we really need to go over, which is kind of cool, but we won't spend too much time on it. I know you guys aren't all into the dorky stuff, but we got some other things that we need to get to as far as Lions fans. Let's see. Let's start out with this Green Bay and Dallas game right here. And offensively, Mike, and I wish that I could throw this up. I didn't get a chance to make any of them, but offensively, Green Bay was really good. Really, really good. When you're looking at their top 3 performers, all graded over 90, and Luke Musgrave, 15 snaps, 93.4. Romeo Dobbs at 93.2. And Jordan Love, 92.5. He almost had a perfect game. And maybe it was a perfect game by the metric of, you know, quarterback rating and all that. Is that true?
He had a QBR of 157.2, which is just shy of a perfect rating.
That's crazy. What a great find that they have been developing for years. You guys get to say that. You guys get to say, you've been saying it all when we know how to develop quarterbacks, and we all made fun of you. But the truth is, you develop the quarterback, and he's really good. And we can't.
It's my quarterback.
Can't say anything about it. He gets a playoff win in his very first year as a starting quarterback, something that Aaron Rodgers couldn't do. Aaron Rodgers didn't do it last year. He basically took a team that was less than what Aaron Rodgers had last year and took it to the playoffs with a young team. So kudos to the Packers. And you know what? I hope we get to meet you in the NFC Championship so we can pound your faces in like we did in Lambeau, because it ain't happening again like it did on Thanksgiving. And that it is what it is. You know, you're 1-1. You're what? 5-1 or 1-5 in the last however many games against us. And we're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to it. We got to get by these Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But let's look at some of these other scores in here. Aaron Jones, 89.7. That was a real story of that game. I'll tell you what, they could not stop Aaron Jones. He had his way. He had 2 touchdowns all year and then goes into that game over 100 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns in one game. He almost got to the Al Bundy 4 touchdowns in one game. I didn't think that was even possible, but you got close. You were almost Al Bundy good. No? Okay, nothing on that one. All right. You're not Al Bundy good. Oh, gosh. Okay. So, let's see. Zach Tom had a good game. Dontavian Wicks had a good game. Emmanuel Wilson, all those guys graded over 70. And really, none of the players that played significant snaps had a grade over under 50. So, great game all the way around by the Green Bay Packers. You already read the stats yesterday. It was incredible game for them. And you know what? After what happened to us in Dallas, it was just nice. It was just nice. I really wanted both of them to lose, but I'd rather take the home playoff game if we can do that. You had a Robert coming after me.
No, not at all. In fact, quite the opposite. Robert here giving us kudos. Congrats, fellas. You guys really checked off the boxes this year. Double-digit wins, won the division, won a playoff game. Next up, Super Bowl. Definitely not the same old Lions.
Wow.
Thanks for that, Robert.
Hey, Dorn, that is how you act like a Packer fan with a little bit of integrity. A little bit of integrity right there. Thank you, Robert. You see, there are good Packer fans out there that are just gamesmen. Let's go. You know, we have been make funnable for years. They've had a trash organization, you know, sell the team, all those things. You know, we felt all that shit. We felt it. We felt it for years and years and years. But this ain't it. Thank you, Robert. Robert says we destroyed the Cowboys. You guys whooped that ass. There's no doubt. Anything you want to add to that one before we get into the Lions side?
There's not a lot to add it when you consider that, Dallas really, they put up 510 total yards against the Green Bay defense. That's a lot. Okay. So don't get a little too cocky out there. Robert's also in here talking about nobody can shut down this Packer offense. Better and better every week. Nobody? Well, we will see this week in San Francisco because that's a pretty damn good team you're going to play out there. Like we said, we're rooting for you, but Robert, let's not get a little too cocky as you go in to face Kyle Shanahan and a real juggernaut in those Niners.
Yeah. On the Detroit side of the ball, the Detroit offense, you got Amon-Ra St. Brown. I mean, this guy is the best wide receiver in the NFL. I mean, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. First team All-Pro. That says that you're the best wide receiver, at least on the NFC side. The best. The best. Not 2. You know, he's top 5 for sure. Mm-hmm. And he's not 4. He's not 3. Definitely in the top 2. And he's not 2. Mm-hmm. There it is. Right there. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 90.7. The stats back that up too. I think he had over 100 yards receiving, and obviously the biggest catch of the game, which was the sealer. Jared Goff coming in at number 2 right there, 82.7 in the tough game right there. He played very clean football. What a great game by him. Graham Glasgow, 79.9. Josh Reynolds, 77.9. What a great catch that he had on that first series. Where, I mean, man, if that would have just left his fingertips, that might have been a tipped interception because there was a safety right behind him. Great catch there by one Josh Reynolds. Taylor Decker with a good game. Jahmyr Gibbs with a good game. Penei Sewell with a good game. The Lions came to play. Let's go over that defense for the Green Bay Packers. Did you guys get any good defense in there? Mike said you guys didn't play very well. Yeah, Darnell Savage with 79 snaps. He played well. It's 92.1. Did he get the interceptions, Mike?
Savage had one big interception.
Okay, and then Jair Alexander was the number 2 cornerback that you had, 82.8. I believe he had the other another interception, right?
Mm-hmm.
That explains those high score. Kayceon Nixon, 71.0, and that was the end of their high-end performers for defense. So you're right. They didn't play as good on defense, but still, honorable mentions we'll throw out there. Anthony Johnson had a decent game. Devondre Campbell, Carl Brooks, all grading over 60. You know, you definitely don't want to see those lows. And down at the bottom, who did not have a good game with good snap, Kingsley Enenbar didn't have a very good game. Preston Smith didn't have a good game. TJ Slayton had a 49.2. So I had a couple guys. I mean, but that's a good Dallas offense, right? I mean, they were destroying people at home all year long until they came in and faced. When we went down there and faced the Lions, and then here they got truck sticked and that's what happens, man. You get some tape out there, you figure out how to stop some people, and then the next team gets to see that. They get to see that. They get the game plan around. I see what you did there, and then they game plan around that. And LaFleur's a good coach, man, and he took it to him. So let's take a look at this. The defense for the Detroit Lions. I thought that they played much better. Let's see if the scores back it up. Wow, Jalen Reese-Maven with the best middle linebacker score I've ever seen at a 97.5. Wow. Jalen Reese-Maven. That's the highest PFF score I've ever seen. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. I've never seen above 95. Aiden Hutchinson with an 87.9. Ifatu Melifanu again showing up in the top 3, 75.3. Alex Anzalone with a good game, 70.3. Honorable mentions to Aleem McNeil right there on that cusp. Levi Onwuzurike with a good game. Brian Branch, Josh Pascal. Those are the usual suspects right there. Jack Campbell did not have a good game. He was still a good tackler, but his overall game showed out at a 28.7. I don't know why that is when I'm looking at these other scores. I'm trying to figure it out. Maybe it was in coverage. Coverage was his low grade. And he had a 71.1 in run defense. So it must have been in coverage where he was very, very weak. He must have got burnt on something right there. But that's the PFF scores right there. I think it kind of backed up what the stats were saying. Don't you think? Or no? I mean, that was pretty much the usual suspects were there. Like the ones that we thought were good. They had good PFF scores.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Ken Fisher says, thank you, Matt Patricia. Thank you, Matt Patricia. He was so bad that he didn't even want to face us again. He didn't want none of that smoke. Oh gosh, man, I'm smiling ear to ear right here, Robert, with that comment, man. Kudos to you, man. I love that you said that. I loved what y'all did to him. Yeah, that's right. That's right. You hope it don't happen in Detroit again. What?
That's in response to your comment, like we did in Lambeau. That he put that right after that. And I love this one from Joseph, who's giving his age away. Patricia is the cursed tiki idol from the Brady Bunch movie.
Oh my God.
I like that one. We got a couple more here too. Paul Jones, the playoffs are full of teams we've already played, yet we haven't played anybody. LOL, fan logic. Right? They always say we haven't played anyone, yet the playoffs are full of teams we played.
You can't beat winning teams. It's what, Tampa Bay? and like that's a winning team.
And if you could pull up some the PFF on the Lions defense again, we got a comment here from John who says Cam Sutton wasn't good. I am interested to know what Cam Sutton's PFF grade was. I mean, that's 3 games in a row he's been bad.
Well, the thing is, PFF isn't as hard on him as you because, you guys look at it like he had a 56.6 grade, which is just kind of below a below average game. But if you talk to a Lions fan, you would think that he just fell down all day and he didn't cover anybody. When actually on the last series, he had a very, very, very important pass breakup and definitely had a better second half than he did first half. So Lion fan has to learn to do this with the ebb and flow of the game. And Lion fans are like, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. You suck. 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 You suck.
So what was Cam Sutton's PFF grade?
56 points. 56.4.
I didn't hear that. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
56.4. That's bad, right?
It's okay.
Nah, anything above 65 is good, you told me.
Is bad. Good. And then you got average from probably 55 to 65. It's about average. Below 55 is below average. You know, that's why I mention all of the duds. Anything that's below 50, I start mentioning duds.
Can you pronounce the viewer's name on this one?
Is that Cedric?
No, but I'm smarter than the average bear, and I know that says Chris Bauman backwards. Chris says, man, I've been arguing all morning with a Packer fan about Holmes in D.C. compared to Hallis and Lombardi. I don't have the stomach for most Green Bay fans. That's a pretty tough comparison right at this point, though, Chris. A little early for that, maybe. Tina says, we will beat the Buccaneers just as we did in the regular season.
Well, that's the scariest part to me. That to me, I wanted Dallas. You know, I wanted to face Dallas again because I wanted the revenge game. And you know, as far as the Philadelphia Eagles go, is like I could have taken the Eagles. There's no way Matt Patricia was beating us. There's no way that the Matt Patricia is going to come into Ford Field and beat the Lions. Just like if Stafford can't do it, then Matt Patricia's dumbass can't do it either. So now we have to play a team that we played before. And even though we kind of beat them up, this is a different team. This team started out 4-7, this Tampa Bay team. And then they finished 6-1. This is a hot team. This isn't just some, okay, it's just Baker Mayfield. No, this is one of the hottest teams in the NFL right now. These guys can absolutely beat the Lions. They have their defense is good enough. Baker Mayfield's playing with some swagger. They got a deep X wide receiver that we have trouble with, and Mike Evans. But don't be calling this some shoe-in win. Like, this is going to be a battle. This is going to be a battle. And I think that home field advantage might be the difference. They can get Baker Mayfield out of his headset a couple times. Force him into a couple false start penalties. That's what it might take. I'd be surprised if the Lions go in and like whoop an ass by like double digits or something like that. It's going to be a tough game. These guys play tough on defense. Mm-hmm. Because Steve is real. Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if Steve went out and followed my new wrestling page. Russell Mania. Pro football. But not only is it pro football talk, we do pro wrestling talk too. I like having my life like that. Mike, you started your cooking page too, right?
I did. It's called Practical Cooking, and there's a group called I Love to Cook. So if you're into food, you're into cooking, check it out. If you're into wrestling, check out WrestleMania, Pro Wrestling Talk. A couple of new pages that we're starting, getting ready for the off season. But don't get us wrong. In the off season, we'll still be talking football 365 days a year right here. Same bat time, same bat channel. No doubt about that.
Yep. And like buffed up here a little bit with Smoking Jeremy B coming in at 10 a.m. every morning on the weekdays, coming in with a Motor City kneecap biting, baby. Let's go.
I still like busting balls with Jeremy B much better, but
well, maybe we can get him. We're going into the off season, and the cool thing is when the new season starts, like it starts like 3 weeks after, by the way, because they're going to have free agency here in like 5 minutes after the Super Bowl's over. So the new season starts.
How about just a segment, Jeremy, that's Ball Reich's Ball Busters or something like that.
we're going to bite a kneecap
Well,
off.
I like this comment from Rob. I think it deserves to be mentioned because we're praising Jalen Reeves-Maybin's PFF score, but Jerm only played 11 snaps. So
he only played
small
11
sample size.
Small sample size, but it's like a small sample size is like 4. Like people just coming in on special teams and stuff, but he played 11 snaps at middle linebacker. And usually it's like 10 or more, and it's right there. Like, I get what you're saying, but he played enough snaps to say you had a good game. That's an entire series, probably an entire series. Maybe some third down, coming in on third down or whatever. That does not count his those 11 snaps do not count special teams snaps. That is snaps at middle linebacker. So that's two pass rushes, 2 run defenses, and 8 coverages. So, but yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I also don't mention the duds that have underneath 10 snaps either. Because anybody can go out and suck for 2 games, right? He definitely made the most of his snaps. Good call, Jeremy. Jason Kelce retired. Now will Travis Kelce retire?
And become one of Taylor Swift's stage dancers.
Oh, Taylor Swift. I feel bad for Taylor Swift. She gets such a bad rep. She just wants to go and watch the game, and like they can't help that they turn the camera on her every 5 freaking minutes. It's like, can I just watch the game? I wonder if she feels like that. Can you guys take the camera off me? Like, can I just watch this damn game?
I doubt it. Did you see the fan in Buffalo? See you next Sunday, Taylor. She had a sign that said, "See you next Sunday, Taylor." Like, what? I don't know how this pop star infiltrated our league by dating a tight end, but hey, it's increasing the profile of the NFL. It's opening them up to whole new demographics of young girls between the age of 12 and 20. So hey, let's do it, man. It's already the biggest sports entertainment entity on the planet. Why not? Why not incorporate the biggest pop star too? Marcus McGee says Detroit versus everybody. Rich says the Baker will be serving up turnovers on Sunday. Joseph Sutton, Gardner Johnson, and Branch will be eating good.
Yep. I was watching. There's one part of that game that gives me a good feeling, which is Tampa Bay was very successful at running the football.
That's right.
Yesterday, they were able to get 9-10 yard chunk plays. Guess what? You're not going to get in Detroit. You are not going to get 10-yard chunk plays with White and some other running back that we don't know the name of.
Yeah, do you want to go over the box score of that, and then we'll transition right into the PFF from the Bucs Philly game?
There you go.
All right. Bucs win 32-9. 32-9. Thanks, Matt Patricia. Baker Mayfield, 22 of 36 for 337 yards and 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. A passer rating of 119.8. As you said, Russ, the Bucs able to run the ball a bit. They did get 119 total rushing yards. Rashad White had 72 on 18 carries. That, folks, is a 4-yard average. Not too bad. Baker's big receiver, the young tight end, Cade Otton, 8 catches, 89 yards. The two twin explosive guys they got on the end, Mike Evans and Godwin, pretty modest. Evans only 3 catches, 48 yards. Godwin did have a touchdown, but only 4 catches for 45 yards. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers were able to sack Jalen Hurts 3 times, a very hard task. He's a hard guy to sack. They also, and this is, I don't know if this can be understated, but overstated, but they stopped the push tush last night on a 4th and 1. And that, to me, was the real turning point in this game. That was the point where the Eagles seemed deflated and almost give up on the game. Only the second time all year that the play has been stopped. Kudos to the Bucs. They got lower than Jason Kelce on the play and were able to turn Jalen Hurts away. Pretty impressive. Philadelphia only rushed the ball for 42 yards. I think they gave up on the run way too early. DeAndre Swift was averaging 3.4 yards per carry, had 34 yards on 10 carries. Jalen Hurts, 25 of 35, not bad, 100.9 passer rating for 250 and a touchdown. They just couldn't get it going. Nothing seemed to work. And on defense, you let the Bucs put up all those points on you. Oh boy, this is an epic collapse, Russ, in my opinion. I mean, they go 10-1 and then lose all the way down the stretch and bounced in the first round by the Buccaneers. Are there any of the PFF grades that are telling the other part of the story now?
There are no PFF grades yet for last night. They are under review. We don't have anything from the last night's game, but I will comment on that game though, right there. Like now, if you're a Philadelphia Eagle fan, you may be crying right now over that play that you're talking about on that fourth down where the linebacker definitely had a hold of Jalen Hurts' face mask and was pulling him back. So they may argue that the tush push was not stopped, that it was a missed penalty call. And I have to agree with them on that. Now, they got their asses kicked in the game. Like, you got blown out after that portion, but you have to keep your head in the game. Like that was a bad call, but you gotta eat it and move on.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
but wait, Russ, he had already been stopped when the guy grabbed his helmet. But I agree, that's an egregious penalty that should have been called. You can't grab a guy by the ear holes of the helmet and yank him by the head when 5 other guys are sitting there holding his body down. That was a dirty play. It was an egregious offense that should have been called, but he was already stopped and on his way back when that happened. So
sure. And they should have moved it up 6 inches, half the distance to the goal line, and he would have had 4 more chances at tush push.
I agree.
So, but the thing is you got your ass kicked in the game. Like, now, if you would have responded and kept that game close, then you might have something to bitch about.
Oh, Ken says that tush push was on a 2-point play. That's a good call, Ken.
Yeah. So, okay. I did not know that. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm, okay. I thought that was for a touchdown play, but still, even you're making my point right there, Ken, where it's like, even if it was a touchdown play and it was a significant play, you got to play better after that. Even to get into a place where you can bitch, right? You have to stop them, and Baker Mayfield closed you out. I mean, you got closed out. You weren't even close in that game. You gotta play a little bit closer than that. I'm not saying that we have any more right to bitch about a bad call, because it was on the last play of the game and they missed it. But actually, I am kind of saying that is like, get yourself at least close enough to bitch about the call. you gotta play a little bit better than that. What was the last the final score on that?
On Philadelphia?
Yeah.
32-9.
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to complain about a 2-point conversion, tush push, missed penalty call. Sorry. Not scoring 9 points. Score more points.
And
let's see.
We can point at Matt Patricia all we want as the reason, but here's a good call out by Ken. CJ Gardner-Johnson from Philly to Detroit. We've only touched the surface with CJ playing safety. That hurt them a lot, he says. I agree. And here's another one. Jonathan Gannon and Shane Steichen took head coaching jobs. And we saw, I mean, I've never seen where coordinators, that's got to figure into it, right? What a huge part that had to play. Losing your coordinator on offense and defense, and the Lions fans need to kind of look ahead at next year that we might be in that same situation.
The Bucs noise got low. Okay. The Bucs noise got low. That face mask was terrible missed call, but he was already stopped. That's where you were going with that, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Yeah.
Yep. That's and Fred echoes that call right there. But there you go. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers house the Philadelphia Eagles, 32-9. I wish we had some scores here for it. I want to see if they came up here. because you never know. They might get them out. No, they're still pending review.
I like this call from Sarah. The two most obnoxious and annoying fan bases got eliminated this weekend. It was a good weekend indeed. She's talking about Philly and Dallas, of course, but then Joseph says, no, the Packers are still playing.
I'll tell you what, man, I went on record right after we lost that game to like all of these Cowboy fans, they're worse than Packer fans. They're worse. I mean, Packer fans are bad. They'll come at us when we lose and stuff. And I don't even mind that. But when you're going out of your way, when like I don't see a lot of Packer fans like in droves going from Lions group to Lions group just to throw up a post that says, "Ha, quit crying." Like Packers don't do that. They'll do that in trash talking groups, like NFC North, the huddle. You'll see Packer fans trash us the whole time in there, but I don't see Packer fans going to Detroit Lions groups just to, hit the bee's nest of a bunch of Lions fans that are just, venting. You're supposed to be able to vent on a fan page, and have other people cry with you. You're not supposed to have a bunch of trolls in there. And that's what the Dallas Cowboy fans and the Philadelphia Eagles fans do. And then they trolled each other out. I saw that meme. I got to put that meme up today with the Spider-Mans. You had a Dallas Cowboy, then the Eagles, and then a trash can, and they were all the Spider-Mans pointing at each other. Trash. No, you're trash. No, you're trash.
We got some Taylor Swift bashing going on here. Ken says KFC has a Taylor Swift special. It's 2 bony legs, 2 bony thighs, and a left wing for $5.99.
Man, Taylor Swift, man, I thought that.
Jeremy B says Travis Kelce had his flattest year ever. That's coincidence since he's doing the flattest woman in music.
Oh my gosh. God.
And then Jeremy goes on to think that, come on, that Kelce comment is comedy gold. We have different definitions of comedy gold, Jeremy.
Oh man. Yeah. Don't make fun of Taylor Swift. Oh, there! I like that one right there. How about that? There Aaron Glenn's PFF grade was 99.9. Let's go.
Yeah. So, do you want to transition into a couple of topics I got here, Russ?
Did we talk about do you want to talk about the Pittsburgh Buffalo game or no?
Do we care? Does anyone care? Buffalo 31, Pittsburgh 17. They dominated the first half. Pittsburgh tried to make it a game in the second half, but they had a couple of turnovers that really cost them. Some very poor tackling. We were here on Friday talking about what an impact player Minkah Fitzpatrick was. He actually did some of the worst tackling ever. Khalil Shakir on a big touchdown that broke Pittsburgh's comeback. It broke their back. Josh Allen's an absolute beast. Anybody who said he was overhyped or overrated obviously doesn't know football. That's what I said 5 weeks ago, that he was overrated. I obviously don't know football because that guy's an absolute stud. I mean, not a lot to report there. The game was boring. It was a boring game. Watching Buffalo fans in the stand was more entertaining to the game for me for most of the time.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I mean, you're dealing with Mason Rudolph. To me, it was the last of the pretender teams that just kind of, that sometimes that 7 seed isn't so good, that extra playoff team and everything like that. I think that it worked out, and I'm a spirit of competition here. Don't kill me, Lions fans, but I actually like that the 7 seed won against the 2 seed, and that parity is available. But the Pittsburgh Steelers, you ain't that team. So that was proven yesterday.
and it sets up Buffalo and Kansas City in Buffalo this time. The very first time that Patrick Mahomes has played a road playoff game other than a Super Bowl, which is a neutral site, of course. But yeah, what a game that's going to be. Josh Allen finally gets a chance to take down Patrick Mahomes. They've been chomping at the bit for each other for years now. And Mahomes always seems to get the best of him. This is going to be Josh Allen's turn. I mean, I can't wait for Friday for us to predict this game as things shake out over the week. You and me and GT from And We Know Sports making predictions on Friday right here on this very program. Which reminds me, you're watching Football Talk with Russell Wayne on the Main Event 365 Network. Don't forget, we're here every weekday morning at 11 a.m., and which is after Football Talk with Jeremy B at 10 a.m. on the Main Event 365 Network. A-Dub, our good Packer fan, says, I have a Cowboys fan asked me during the game if they could trade Dak to Green Bay for Jordan Love. I love that.
Yeah. I mean, what do you guys think about that? Because I think it's like it's ridiculous. But I know that there's a lot of Dak truthers that are out there that think that he's just like the best things. I mean, ask Skip Bayless. God, you'd think that he was walking on water yesterday. And he just doesn't, he's changed his tune after the loss, said that they were pretenders, but you know, just like every Cowboy fan, oh, this is our year. We're going to win the Super Bowl. Dak's actually better than Tom Brady. He's the real GOAT. I got to listen to that crap all freaking year long, but would you do it? I mean, are you that much? I don't think any Green Bay fan at this point would do it, you know, but when you look at it, you know, the experience and everything like that, I think football mind out there, you know, the professional football players, the ones that, you know, are in there making decisions would probably go, well, you'd have to think about it, you know. But he Jordan Love looks like a better quarterback than Dak Prescott. That's what I see.
It's my quarterback.
I ain't my quarterback, but I mean, I saw what I saw, you know. Oh man. But you said you had a couple topics right here. We spent only a little bit of time on that Pittsburgh game.
Yeah. A couple of quick comments we'll get in here. Sarah talking about Travis Kelce. He's been hitting that psycho punani. He don't care about football no more. Sarah, I'm ashamed to say that I can totally relate with that. I get it. I know there's a lot of men watching this right now that get it. We get that. We get all twisted up in that psycho punani, and we can't think or do anything else, right?
I love that she used the word punani. I haven't heard that word since that.
Psycho punani, which
I mean that's straight out of like 97. Like you're giving your age away.
Jordan says at least one Swift and Kelce pair are still alive in the playoffs. DeAndre and Jason are out. Taylor and Travis still in.
Hey, Lion fan, you still upset that they traded Swift? Nah, we won't go there. I'm not going to give you guys a hard time.
Ken says, did it shock you guys that we kicked a 54-yard field goal? Could be a maker in the next game. Yeah, I was shocked, completely shocked that he even went for a 54-yard field goal, and more shocked that he made it. In fact, so shocked that tomorrow, my nominee for Lion of the Game will be Michael Badgley.
Wow.
Regardless of the game Amon-Ra had or Jared Goff had, a 54-yarder from we have the worst field goal kicking game in the league, and we nailed a 54-yarder, which becomes the winning points in the game. Michael Badgley will be my nominee for Lion of the Game.
All I know is I can't give it to Jared. I'm not going to nominate Jared Goff again. I'm thinking about nominating Amon-Ra St. Brown, but he's been nominated a few times. So I want to get slick on that. And I think I want to go with what Dan Campbell was saying, given the player of the game. And this can't be undersold like of what I just said. Are you upset that they traded Swift? My nominee is General Manager Brad Holmes. General Manager Brad Holmes, because the guys that we got from Stafford proved that you need a full team to win, not just one freaking guy. And everybody giving Brad Holmes crap. Oh, you just running back in your first time. Can't believe you did that. Guess what? Making history. He didn't listen to any of y'all, and he did his thing, and now we get to reap the benefits of it. Be thankful that you got a Brad Holmes. I may do that. I'm not sure yet, but that's on my mind as a possible nominee for Lion of the Game. which is kind of weird. Maybe that's a cop out because he didn't play in the game. But I'll tell you what, he was so fired up at the end of that game, going into the elevator going up. You saw that video, right? Did you see the video part right before it shut?
No.
With Brad?
Oh yeah, absolutely. A very inspiring 10 seconds, that's for sure.
I could tell the person that was standing in front of him was kind of like, this guy is screaming his ass off behind me. Oh gosh.
Oh, Brent says, how about Jack Fox, the Lion King? He kept, Campbell mentioned it in his post-game presser, kept flipping the field, pinned him down to the 10 a couple times, the 8-yard line one time. Definitely a good nomination for Lion of the Week.
He Van Dammed it. That was a Van Damme kick right there. Very, very, very good. Oh, gosh. And this is something I like putting this up because I take a lot of crap for putting some of the stuff up that I put up. And I found this and I put it up and it just triggers all these Matt Stafford. You need to respect him. I can't believe you don't. I don't respect him. I put up a stat line. These are their playoff records as both of the teams. I didn't even talk any smack. It is what it is, man. I'm sorry that your favorite quarterback isn't the best quarterback that the Lions have ever had. I'm sorry. Okay.
And if you think Matt Stafford appreciates you for your fandom, Russ, tell him.
Yeah, go watch that video. Go watch the video. They asked him a direct question. Hey, are you happy for the city of Detroit? He looked the guy right in the eye and said, I'm happy for the players. And then moved on from that question as if to say, screw the city. I don't care about the city because you booed me. You're soft, Matt Stafford. You're soft. You're soft for that take. You're soft for that take. Robert, the Green Bay Packer fan, said congratulations to the city of Detroit. You guys deserve it. Robert, a Green Bay Packer fan.
Who lives in Texas,
said congratulations to the Lions, but not Matt Stafford. And this wasn't like you went around after the game was over. You shook the hand of everybody that was out there and everything. And here's the other thing. Kelly Stafford makes a statement. I understand everybody that he was the enemy and everything. I just didn't like it when they booed my children. We didn't boo your children. We booed your husband because he played for the team that was trying to eliminate us from the playoffs.
Shame on you if you did boo his children. Did she really say that? I did not see that.
Put a tweet out that said that she was unhappy that we booed her children.
No, come on.
No. You know what they booed? They booed her standing next to her children wearing a coat that said something like raised in Detroit.
Detroit born, LA raised. And I thought that was awesome.
I think it's sure. But do you expect the Detroit fan base to go, yay, wow, that was so sporty of her to wear a shirt that says yay to both teams? It's sports.
No one gives a rip about Mrs. Stafford. Have you seen Goff's fiance? Ooh, good call out, Elise.
Hey, it's true. It's true. But come on, guys. The Lions fans have every right to boo that man. He did not deserve to be cheered going out. You are the opposing quarterback. Not everybody liked Matt Stafford here, okay? A lot of people wanted to run him out of town the entire time he was here because he loved to throw pick sixes in big moments after throwing up amazing stats. But he loved to throw pick sixes in giant moments.
You know, she put those coats on her kids just to mitigate the booing that was going to happen, right? Nobody booed their kids. Come on. Brent
it's weak.
Brent says we never booed their children. That's BS. I believe you, Brent. No way do we boo our kids. Now, we probably booed her, and she's walking along with the kids, and that's how her narcissistic ass took it, that we were booing her kid. No, we're not going to boo her kids. And watch, those kids born in Detroit, you can't get that out of your bones, folks. I don't care who you are. Those kids probably going to grow up to be Lions fans.
I don't know. That last hit on Matt Stafford, where he was in between two people, where he got sandwiched and then cracked. I think that those kids might have some SOL of their own. Yeah, same old Lions destroying your quarterback. That's what the same old Lions is going to start being.
Susan Schultz says, our fans will boo Tampa quarterback too. That's right. Baker Mayfield, you're going to get the same treatment.
Yeah,
but it's not going to be at the decibel level, right? Go ahead, Russ.
What I'm going to say is it's okay to boo Baker Mayfield. Just don't boo his children. All right? You piece of craps. Stop being crappy Lions fans. Stop booing children. You children booers.
Oh, I like this comment from Paul. They said that during the game, those kids are Lions fans already and asked, who do we root for today?
Like I said, that hit on their dad, I don't know if you can root for the Lions after that. I don't know. Oh, Stafford.
I'm not gonna read this comment from Jordan. I'm just gonna leave it up there for a minute. That's a little extremer, Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they did boo him.
Right. That's almost my point. Joseph says independent doctor let Stafford back into the game. I couldn't believe it. They showed it. You could see his eyes were rolling back in his head. He was out, buddy. And they let him back in the game, and which I'm kind of glad now, because Carson Wentz warming up on the sideline. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. What a Lion thing to do, to let my PTSOL kicking in, let Carson Wentz come in and beat us.
Yeah, man, this is it's lined up for us, man. Like, we're going into a game where the Lions are favored. This was the first line. You said it actually went up after this.
It's 6.5 right now.
It's 6.5 right now. This thing opened up at 6. And the money's going on the Lions. I don't know. You say that scares you, right? That a bunch of people are dumping some money on the Lions, and everybody's betting on the Lions now.
If the line is going up, it's because people are putting their money on the Lions. That's right.
So, yeah, they actually think that's going to cover. Do you think that? Where do you think that line is going to end up on Friday? If you had to take a guess,
7.5. I think it'll grow again. Lions are going to beat the brakes off the Bucs. I'm sorry. The minute Philadelphia was eliminated, I know we're going to the title game now. I'm not looking past the Bucs. I just can't see a world where the Bucs come into Ford Field and beat us with Baker Mayfield. I don't care. I'm sorry. Rashad White, that's not Adrian Peterson. That we're so tough against the run. You make Baker one-dimensional. Yeah, our secondary shaky. Yeah, he has top flight receivers, but you're a one-dimensional team. And Baker Mayfield is not going to come into Ford Field and beat us. I just don't believe it.
Yeah, I mean, they have good wide receivers, but so do the last 5 teams we played. You know, when you have to deal with Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, and in this last one, Cooper Kupp and Pikachu. That's some pretty serious wide receivers that you're going up against right here. And I don't think that Mike Evans and Godwin are that good. I mean, they're good. They're good wide receivers, and they'll present a challenge, but they ain't as good as the last 2 receivers we just faced.
And Sarah calling me out on my last comment. That's what the Cowboys said about the Packers too, though. So that's a great call out. Right. I'm sure every Cowboy fan said, no way that young team's going to come into Dallas and beat the brakes off us. So yeah, that's a good call out.
Yeah. Well, our team's young too. And that's the part of it too. It's like, the Lions are the same team in that same way, where it's like, I don't think that you want to face the Lions right now because our team is ascending too. Like, if you want to look at that last game and say, wow, they did all this against us, they gave up another 300-yard pass and everything, but 220 of those yards were in the first half. Okay, this team made an adjustment and stopped them in the second half. They didn't do shit in the second half. And by the way, 0 for 3 in the red zone. This Lions defense can stop you. And this isn't like some punk team that they just beat. This is the LA Rams, who had won 6 or 7 other games. This isn't some team. Oh yeah, you lucked in to get the Rams, and we didn't luck in to get the Rams. We beat one of the hottest teams in the NFL, and we're gonna have to beat another hottest team in the NFL because this Tampa Bay team has won 5 of their last 6 games. Cannot look past these guys. That is a great call by Sarah, but I don't think that we're doing that. I just think that what Mike's really trying to say here is the Lions are playing on a high level right now. And even if you come in on a high level, and that's fine. We're not looking past you. We're just pretty good right now. Just like, the Packers can feel the same way too. They definitely went down and put that surprise on them. But just because you beat the shit out of a team that we had a hard time with, it doesn't work like that. Transference property does not work in the NFL because it is a completely different game from week to week. It's different matchups, different game planning, completely different players. Like it's not the same thing. Not the same thing.
Right.
Good.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just saying good morning. Right there. Good morning, all those Lion fans out there. We're talking playoff football. It's January and the Lions are still alive. What? Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Mike.
Adam McIntyre says Lions Nation. Let's go. I did have a few topics and kind of want to piggyback off your last comments there. James Houston. Are we going to see this guy back? Jeremy, if you're still out there, have you heard I know your ears to the ground all the time. Have we heard? I mean, I know that his 21-day practice ramp up had already started. So if we don't play him this week, I think we lose the ability to put him on the active roster. I think you have to put him on the active roster after that 21 days, or you lose the eligibility to do so.
So they'll make that decision. I mean, it is that because there is no, let's see what he can do this week. If he does not get elevated this week, they have to put him back on IR. So they have to put him on the roster this week or put him on IR. So there is no, let's see what he does in practice. It's done. You got 21 days. And, like John Cena says, time is up. The time is now. You got to either put him in there. I think he'll play.
So what kind of impact do you think James Houston makes if he plays? Put it in the comments. Let us know. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is at Main Event 365. That's at MANE Event 365. It's 365 because 365 days a year, we're bringing you football content here at the Main Event. Also, follow us on Facebook. You follow? Yeah, you follow on Facebook. You subscribe on YouTube. Follow us, Lions Villain Squad. And don't forget, every morning we're here at 11 a.m. Football Talk with Russell Wayne.
Detroit Rock City in the hizzle for shizzle. That's right. And we're paying these bills right here. We are affiliate marketing partners with the NFL Shop. Use our promo code NFL15, get free shipping, and if you use our code, you'll also get 25% off of this fantastic looking NFC North Championship plaque right there, along with other things. But that link will take you to NFL Shop, and we appreciate if you use that link because I know that you could just go to NFL Shop on your own. So if you use our link, then you're cool because you're helping our show. Thank you. All right, there's that. Right. That's right. Broadcasting live right there. Mike, the Bear fan. You guys are going to have, we're going to, I know that we're not talking a lot about the Bears today, and we're not going to, but when we get to the off season, you guys are going to be right at the front. you guys are going from the back of the room to the front of the room because you guys had the most exciting offseason. That's fun. That's fun. It's going to be a fun offseason for the Chicago Bears with all that money. They got a pretty good roster that they're going to be able to try to fill out.
The bad guy, John Kapler, says James Houston's time is over. It was a swing and a miss. I'm not sure what with the Bades laws dead. Let's move on. With the Bades laws dead. Let's move on. What he did was cool last year, but it says font, but it don't do crap for us now. Bye. What was that? Was that an in sync quote right there?
Houston's,
bye.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
it was supposed to be bases loaded. A swing and a miss with the bases loaded. Got it. Thank you, John. Robert says what's going to be fun is watching Poles wreck the Bears organization.
Yeah, that's hey, but still, you're picking number one. You're picking probably are they picking 1 and 9, right? For
1
sure?
and 9, yeah, for the Bears. Yeah, 1 and 9. And that's got to be your focus if you're a Bear right now, or if you're a Bear fan, right? You're looking at the draft late April. You're looking at the combine coming up in March for potential late rounders. They've done a decent job so far. The DJ Moore, Paul was picked. I mean, we're not going to talk about it, right? We're not going to talk about it.
No, we don't need to talk about that. But what we can talk about is Jesters on Friday, man. I hope that we get to do the show. Last week, we got our show canceled due to like 50-mile-an-hour brutal cold winds. So they canceled our show last week. But the Villain Squad, we're going to be there. We're going to be there on Friday from 6 until 9 o'clock. It isn't just Russell Wayne. It's Russell Wayne and the Villain Squad. And Mike's part of the Villain Squad now. And we have fun, man. We have fun at that show. We do a bunch of sing-alongs, drink a couple beers, maybe even sing forward down the field. It's a good time. Come on out. Get some good food.
I make fun of Russ on stage.
Yeah, it's fun. Kind of like he does on the show. Kind of like I do on this show. It makes fun of me.
Other topic that I had was these coaching interviews. Jim Harbaugh interviewing with the Los Angeles Chargers yesterday. Bill Belichick. Wow, Bill Belichick interviewing with the Atlanta Falcons. And Sarah says Belichick and Kirk Cousins will end up in Atlanta. Book it. Wow. What a call that is. I mean, hey, all they need is a quarterback, right? They've got all the other weapons, tight end, wide receiver, running back, decent defense, decent O-line, right? They've never been in the running. They've lost 10 games every year for the last 3 years. But they're in a weak-ass division. I mean, Belichick and Kirk Cousins in Atlanta, they're instantly the favorites for the division next year going away.
I disagree with that being a weak division now after watching it all play out. I look at the NFC East as the weak division now because, they had the paper champs. They put their 2 representatives that they had in the playoffs and they got truck sticked in the first round. And there's Tampa Bay in a brutal division that just beats the crap out of each other with New Orleans and Atlanta and Tampa Bay beating the crap out of each other all year, finishing with just a 9-8 record. And now look, it's Tampa Bay that advances to the next round. So maybe we got our divisions mixed up here just because they, had to play each other. What do you think about that take?
I don't know. I mean, I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence on that one. Steve says he thinks Justin Fields ends up in Atlanta.
That's a very good possibility, right? Could you imagine that? It's like Michael Vick to Michael Vick 2. I mean, that's what Justin Fields really is. I mean, that's the most comparable player. He's like a right-armed
Michael Vick.
Vick.
Or RG3. I like the comparisons to him to RG3 because Michael Vick was a better thrower of the football than either one of them.
And that's true. That's true. But I mean, but RG3 was glass. He was made out of glass. And Justin Fields has played 3 years in football, beating the shit out of his body. So, I mean, I don't know. You're going to get something for Justin Fields. Justin Fields balled out at the end of the year, played pretty good at the end of the year. Now, stats don't like Justin Fields, okay? Like when you're looking at throwing stats and his style of play isn't going to look good, just like Lamar Jackson. I hear all these people say, well, it should have been Brock Purdy because look at the stats. Forget the stats. Look at what he does in the game. Like that's why the running quarterbacks do well. So I think they could get a good pull out of Justin Fields. So that's a question that we've had ongoing all year is what's going to happen to Justin Fields in 2024. And I mean, it's still up in the air. I know that you got the fan base is split down the middle with Justin Fields, don't you think? I mean, half the people want to keep him.
Been for 2 years. They have been. There's some really good comments in here. Justin Fields to Atlanta makes a lot of sense, but if Belichick is the quarterback, as the coach, Fields is not a Bill Belichick style quarterback, and that would not be a good fit. Fred says Fields isn't a Belichick quarterback.
No.
I love that too. Roy says, I see Fields to Atlanta also, but again, not if Belichick is there. I just don't see that happening. And I don't see Belichick going to Dallas. Oh, because that's what Bill Belichick would just love. Jerry Jones after every game talking to the media about the game. Oh boy, that would Bill Belichick wouldn't make it through the whole season if that were the case. No way Belichick goes to Dallas.
No way Bill Belichick goes to a big market. Like, no way he goes to somewhere like New York or LA or Texas. Yeah, I like I know Atlanta's bigger, but it seems like their market is like spread out because they got not just the Falcons, but they got the Braves. Like, I mean, that's a good sports town right there. Is Atlanta's not big market like New York, is it? I mean,
huge market. Yeah, they're like the fourth largest market in the country.
Okay, so I'm wrong on that. There you go. I don't know. I've never thought of the Atlanta Falcons as like that big football market, but I guess I'm wrong on that. Yeah. Maybe it's just as of late.
Atlanta's a huge, super populated city. So yeah, I think it's fourth largest in the country. You got New York, LA, Chicago, and then Atlanta.
Wow. You know, when I look at those, the interviews at the end of the game, I just feel like they don't crucify him in Atlanta as much, I guess. I don't know. It seems like Dallas wants to fire everybody right now. And it's evident, you know. I don't see too many people crying over the Atlanta thing. Maybe the Atlanta Falcon fans are just better.
Well, they're floating a real neat proposition in the comments over here, and I'm not going to put them all up because it's just going back and forth. But I like that. I like that call out. Russell Wilson. Okay, the Bears and the Broncos trade Justin Fields and Russell Wilson, and some compensatory stuff with it. Russell Wilson goes to Chicago, and the Bears draft their quarterback of the future in the first round. And Russell Wilson's there on the last 2 years to mentor that new quarterback and usher him in. I love that call out. I think that makes sense for both teams, right? I mean, I don't think Justin Fields is the kind of quarterback Sean Payton wants either, but that might make to get them out of cap hell from the Russell Wilson contract. They could take Justin Fields, which is going to put seats, butts in the seats, right? Mm-hmm. And they would get some draft capital in that trade as well to help bolster the Broncos team. So I love that call out. This is the first I've ever heard of it, trying to wrap my brain around it. And I really like it. It's a good call out from our viewers. We have some pretty sharp, viewers that watch this show, Russ.
Yeah, I like that. It's nice because like we can read their comments and it makes us look smart because we're not sharp. Oh my gosh. Yes, I like that call. Actually, that's my favorite call out of
on the Justin
any call.
Thing. Yeah.
On the Justin Fields. I love that call because
I love it too. The more I wrap my head around it, I love it.
And it's a call that I think that Bear fans would not like you for because they especially the ones that love Justin Fields. Forget, I can't believe you would think that. Now, you got to get yourself into if you're smart and you're Ryan Poles, you got to get yourself into a 5-year future window. And I mean, and I'm sorry to say, but if you follow this guy's pattern right here, where you got your present and your future at the same time, That would be the closest move right there. The one you just suggested would be to what Brad Holmes did, because we got Hendon Hooker too sitting in the wings, and who knows how good he is, and we don't want to.
I've said before, Atlanta looked like the most appealing coaching job to me, but I have to go back on that. I would rather be the coach of the Seattle Seahawks than the Atlanta Falcons at this stage.
Yeah, you said that before. Before Pete Carroll was out, so you're allowed that. You're not changing your mind. You just didn't have that. That wasn't part of
at the time. Pete Carroll was still there.
Platter.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. But you look at what Seattle brings with the defense, the offensive pieces. I still think they need a quarterback. Geno Smith's not the answer.
Gosh, I've had this slide probably for like the last 8 weeks too, on a scale of 1 to 10 in here. How much is Detroit a threat to win the NFC? And I love watching the fan base get more excited and more confident, because this was like, I think I brought that up after they lost to Chicago. I think that's when I made that slide, was after the Chicago loss, and the answers that we got. And I knew I was going to be able to keep this slide through the rest of the year, because I wanted to prove this whole thing to the fans, because when we're in here, we don't have the luxury to go off every week that we don't like something, because then you look like a dumbass, like, because you're not moving with the ebb and flow of the season. And these were 2s and 3s. Some people even said 1. We even had negative after they had lost. And now, what would you say your confidence level is? I mean, now, since I think we have a clear path to the NFC Championship, because I'm with you, man. There's no reason we should lose to Tampa Bay. Like, our team is ready. They're focused. They're on to the next. They weren't too happy about the win. They just went, and they're ready and focused to do big things. And Jared Goff being at the leader of that helm is great, to have somebody with experience that's in there around these young. Hey guys, calm down. We got 3 more games to win. Just let's go. So I would say my confidence is at a 7-8 at this point, that we can win the NFC, because I ain't scared of anybody in the NFC right now.
I'm going to go 5, giving myself a 50-50, because like you said, Russ, this team can beat anyone in any given Sunday. So, I mean, whether it's Green Bay or whether it's the Niners, I think we can win both of them games. Doesn't mean we will, but I think we can. So I'm at a 5.
That's awesome. I brought up something yesterday, about getting emotional at the end of the game, and something happened to me at the Lions Den, watching the time run out. And when I thought that there was more to play, we all thought that there was another first down that needed to be got. Like, everybody in the room got fooled at the end, thinking that we needed one more. And then they started kneeling down, and it hit me. And then I realized I'm not as smart as any of these guys, and everything that they had said that they were going to do, they did. And I am not going to not have confidence anymore. That's why my confidence is at a 7 or an 8 right now, because the only reason it would be lower would be my mind trying to find something, going, well, if this and this and this happened, oh man, what could happen? That went out in this last game. I trust my team. I trust my team that they're better than I think they are, because they've been better than everybody has thought that they were this year.
But they are who we thought they were.
No, they're not.
How much of a threat is Detroit to win the NFC? Dale says, I give the Lions about a 7 of a threat. Henry says, I'm at a strong 6. And, if you're that high, you might be looking past the Buccaneers. And our good friend Greg Rice out on the West Coast says, I'm not sleeping on the Bucs. This is a team that was counted out all year.
Yeah, and that's the thing. But the Lions are too. The Lions are the same. The Lions are the Bucs all year long. The only difference between the Lions and the Bucs is the Lions actually won their games. They still got treated like the Bucs all year long. Win after win after win. Well, I ain't gonna look past the Bucs. I ain't gonna look past the. That's the Lions' whole year. And we're not looking past the Bucs. I made this thing. When I made this flyer, or I made this piece content, we didn't even know the Bucs were even going to be in the playoffs. I made that, and to watch the confidence going from negatives to people actually having confidence in this Lions team, that's awesome. I'm glad that there are some confident Lion fans that aren't apologizing, ain't trying to make excuses of why they're going to lose, acting like we're on the team and thinking that because we're overconfident, the team is going to lose. Stop it. Just be like your team. Like the team, and don't apologize for it. I ain't scared of the Bucs. We should beat the Bucs' ass. They ran the ball for over 100 yards against the Philadelphia Eagles. We don't allow people to run on us. They ain't running the ball on us. They ain't getting 100 yards. You got to figure out a different way. We held Matt Stafford to 6 points in the second half. I'm not worried about the Bucs. I'll worry about the Bucs if I have to worry about the Bucs. But after that last game, I am not going to not have confidence in my team. I felt dumb at the end, knowing that they knew they won the game. Everybody knew that they won the game except for us. What? They're kneeling down. We're going to win the game. Well, I'm smarter than the coach. Good job, Dan Campbell. Overproducing. Good job, Brad Holmes, for going against the grain, going against what all these football geniuses out here, you should have fire Aaron Glenn, because I know more about football than the guys that get paid millions of dollars. Don't be that anymore. You don't know anything.
Do it
you
again.
Don't know.
Do it again.
You don't know. Look at me. I know that's about football. Oh my God, it's a 4-2-5 defense. All you gotta do is blitz more. All they gotta do is fire Aaron Glenn, and then you can start winning again. They're so stupid.
Like, stop it, guys. Like, we don't know. We don't know. They've overexceeded our expectations. You don't have to apologize for it anymore. You're not going to get a demerit for saying that you think that the Lions can beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which they did, by the way, 20-6. 20-6 in their first meeting. And that wasn't even a full strength team on the Lions. We weren't able to run the ball on them. We hadn't had a breakout of Jahmyr Gibbs yet. We were still trying to figure our team out when we kicked their ass. So don't think that we're not better too. They're better and we're better.
Jordan thinks you did a pretty good impression of that guy.
Oh my God, the Cartman guy sounds just like you.
He sounds just like you.
That's amazing.
And kudos to Brad Holmes, like he said. Gibbs was a reach. Sam Laporta, you need a defensive line help.
Oh, yeah. Where's Jalen Carter at right now? Oh, he's going to be at home watching the Lions play. Yeah.
Hopefully he won't be out on the road driving.
No, and right there, you guys deserve it. If you criticize Brad Holmes for not taking Jalen Carter, egg on your face. Take it. Take that egg on your face. Take it. You got to. Jalen Carter was so good they lost 6 of their last 7 games. Wow, what an impact player he is. Wow, he can get sacks in a loss. Jahmyr Gibbs was a better pick than Jalen Carter. End of discussion.
Wow.
You're done.
Thank you for being a friend.
For all you Stafford slappies out there. Would you think he was going to come in? Did he give you a hug? Did he send you a card? Did he send you a card? Say, hey, man, thanks for wearing that Detroit Rams stuff, man. Man, you really supported us right there. You're a real Lions fan that knows how to, root for other teams. He's not your friend. He proved that he wasn't your friend. I'm happy for the players.
Screw them fans.
He didn't have to say screw them fans. He said it.
He said it without saying it.
He knew what he said. He knew how he said it. And he said, F you, Detroit Rams fans. He said, F you. I don't care that you bought a stupid jersey. That doesn't mean anything. I don't care that you rooted for me in a Super Bowl that didn't go to my team. I don't care that you have a hard time right now because all your friends are making fun of you because you became a Detroit Rams fan. Oh, but I like Stafford. He does so much good in the community. He doesn't play for my team anymore. Boo this man. Boo this man every time.
Hail to the king, baby.
Oh, man. Gets me mad. Gets me fired up.
Mm-hmm.
Fired up. Mad and fired up.
I got to jump off, Russ, though. Hey, God bless you all. Peace out.
Wow, that's main event Mike right there. Main event Mike doing that main event Mike thing. And you can go check out his cooking page. Make sure that you go follow his cooking page. He gets good recipes in there. And I can't wait to see what we do this year coming up, especially when it comes to what we're going to be doing. And we want to be able to give packages away and create experiences for people in this upcoming year. And I think that Mike's tailgating and his cooking are going to have a lot to do with that. And thank you for everybody for supporting our show here and doing this. I mean, when we very first started doing this, it was just trying to practice, actually. And enough of you guys liked what we were doing that we decided to make a thing of it every single day at 11 a.m. We are here tomorrow. Most importantly, is going to be Lions Talk. It's going to be Lions Talk the entire time. It's Wednesday. And I know it's playoff talk right now, so it's nice to be able to talk about the Lions on this. But yes, thank you for supporting our show. Faith, family, and football. Faith coming first right there. This is my church, NTC Church. Thank you to everybody that uses our link, NTC Give, because the people that used that NTC Give and gave to my church, we were able to do some things like serving our community with 400 turkeys at Thanksgiving, with the people from my church out there serving the community, not just buying the stuff and writing a check, but actually serving the community. And then almost 100 families were provided Christmas thanks to the NTC Give. So thank you to everybody that was giving to our outreach right here. And I know that you might be going to, if you don't have a church, come to our church. I get to play guitar in this praise and worship group, and Pastor Kevin Galloway does a good message right there. So faith, family, and football. Family and football is easy, man. You just spend some time with your family, watch some awesome football games. That's how it works. That's how it works. And so thank you for being part of the broadcast today. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. And may the Lord shine his face upon you until we meet again. Tomorrow, Lions Talk with Russell Wayne. Peace and love.
It reminds me of a football show, Football Talk with Russell Wayne, 11 a.m. in the mornings. You should watch it because it could be good for you. It could be good for you. It could be good for your life.
What's up, y'all? This is Ifeatu Melifonwu, safety for the Detroit Lions. And I just want to take some time out to give a big shout out to Russell Wayne and Main Event Mike from the Detroit Lions Villain Squad. It's a fan page and a podcast. And I just want to say I appreciate the support of me and my team. And I encourage everyone to go check out their podcast and check out their fan page. Go Lions.
Thank you for watching this episode. It's the after call. Last call. I'll put the link for our YouTube channel into the comments right now. Please go follow, subscribe, do what it is that you do right there. If you enjoy football content, go to Main Event 365 and subscribe to that YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching today. Ooh, yeah. Lions will go into free agency and fill our holes before the draft, so I wouldn't even try to project the draft yet. Yeah, we got the free agency coming in there first. Greg Rice, I was on a roll. Oh gosh, I'm trying. You know, it's hard to be a sports fan, right? If you're a sports fan, whatever team you're a sports fan of, you know, like Robert, right? Robert's in here. He's a Packer fan, right? It's hard to be a sports fan. And I mean, in Robert's team, the Packers have had success, and it's still hard to be a sports fan of your team because only one team wins. I mean, I guess you can kind of take, you know, like Lion fan right now, right? You got a playoff win, right? We're sitting here. It's a monkey off of our back. But if they don't win the Super Bowl, then there's still going to be something missing. Right? I mean, you want to win the Super Bowl. Robert would feel pretty good. I mean, nobody in Green Bay expected Jordan Love to do what he's done. So I know that there's Green Bay Packer fan that's out there. If you lose in the next round, you don't care. I mean, I know that you want to win the Super Bowl, but you're feeling good about your future right now, win or lose that next game. And so are the Lions. And both franchises. I think I can help out Green Bay Packer fan right now because Lions have dealt with this more than you, which is finding a silver lining. Okay? There is a silver lining. Like this season for the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers is already a success. I'll say that again. For the Green Bay Packer fan and the Detroit Lions fan, Now it's just, the cherry on top, right? How far can you go? You may never get an opportunity like this again. You take nothing for granted. Sarah says, looks like Brian Flores is still blacklisted, so he's coming back to us. Okay. There you go, Brian Flores. Yeah, Brian Flores needs some talent on that team. He did well with the limited resources and everything that he had the first year. But you need some talent in there. That future for the Minnesota Vikings, yeah, that's not as clear. Right? But when you look at the Lions and the Packers, you see, both of the teams are extremely young. So this is sustainable for both of the teams. Well, the Lions got to pay Amon-Ra. They got to pay him in increments. You got a couple guys that you're going to sign this year. Got lots of money. Lions got a lot of money. It's hard to be a sports fan. It's very hard to be a Lions fan for 25 years. It is. It's hard, but everybody else has done just as much losing except for the winner. And if you're not named Tom Brady and you're not a Patriots fan or a Bucs fan, then you've been disappointed the last 20 years. And that's probably the reason. When you have one team that's dominated so long, and it's nice to see them on the way out. It isn't going to be New England anymore. But enjoy it, guys. Just enjoy it. Don't try to figure out the reasons they're going to lose. Oh, this is what's going to look like if the bottom falls out. Well, what's going to look like if it doesn't? I wouldn't think there would be anything scarier in this playoffs than for the Lions defense to get hot. What if the Lions defense gets hot? Because the offense is the truth. The offense is good. The offense is good when it's bad. And they got the full complement of offensive line. This Lions team is brutal on offense. That defense starts playing good, it's a wrap. God, I want to see a home NFC Championship game. I want it so bad. I never thought I would root for the Packers 2 weeks in a row. But no, I want a piece, guys. I want a piece. Now that Thanksgiving game is behind us and the Packers got us real good on that, I want a piece. Hardest route possible. That's what we want. Hardest route available. It's been a good discussion today, guys. Thank you for jumping into the comments and being part of it.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Glad we didn't have to deal with any of that crap this week.
If there's any haters in here right now that don't have nobody to hate on, feel free to hate on me. Sit back there and say my hair ain't luxurious when you know it is, bitch.
It reminds me of a football show, Football Talk with Russell Wayne, 11 a.m. in the mornings. You should watch it because it could be good for you. It could be good for you. It could be good for your life.
Play my game like